Welcome back, story lovers. Today, we're diving into a wild tale of dining out drama, unexpected confrontations, and the ultimate clapback at a rude restaurant patron. Get ready for a narrative feast. This sub is a dream to me. I have experiences like this constantly. I think it might be due to having spent 17 years in the service industry. I just have that look. I've started wearing earbuds everywhere I go, but obviously that's not something I can do in restaurants and bars. My buddy was taking me out to a fancy French restaurant as a treat, and I was pretty gussied up. I really enjoy getting dolled up and wearing a beautiful dress to enjoy a wonderful meal. However, the city in which I live, Portland, Oregon, has a reputation for diners dressing down, even in fine dining restaurants. It's a running joke among locals. You'll go into a restaurant where a couple will easily drop a couple hundo on one meal, and over half the room are wearing hiking clothes or yoga pants. I only mention this because the staff tends to be better dressed than the clientele. I was wearing all black with my hair in an elaborate updo and chandelier earrings. I think the all black is what started everything. This particular restaurant has a well-known and frankly downright foxy chef who typically works at a station expoing and plating where everybody can see him. It's also near the door to the only washroom and the service station. It's a huge restaurant, and with only the one washroom, there was a bit of a line. I waited and waited, and at one point, I think the chef and I exchanged a few pleasantries. When I was next in line, a middle-aged man in a Portland-issue plaid button-up and jeans got in line behind me. He had cranky energy and was shifting from foot to foot. It didn't seem like he had to go badly, just that he was impatient. I had been waiting much longer than him and found his constant sighing and scoffing irritating. When it was my turn, I reached for the door, only to have this awful man push in front of me and nearly knock me over, shoving himself into the open door. I was so taken aback, I just sort of froze and said, "Excuse me, I was next." Which is when he wheeled around, started yelling about how he wasn't about to wait, while some waitress changed her tampon. And then yelled at the chef that he should have a staff bathroom, because it's disgusting that the staff use the same bathroom as guests, and implied he might not pay for his meal because of it. I stood there in absolute shock and a full bladder, while this man took care of his business, clearly taking his sweet time out of spite. Maybe. Something about his personality made me think he hadn't taken a normal shit in years. The chef apologized to me, and a waiter who had been at the service station commiserated. I decided, fuck it. I don't work here, but even if I did, there is no reason to be treated like I'm not a human. Seriously, dude. You're wearing muddy Teva sandals and suddenly acting like we're in fucking Downton Abbey. When he came out, I used my entire body to block his path out of the bathroom and gave him a stern but quiet lecture about how A, I actually wasn't an employee, and B, there is nothing wrong with sharing the bathroom with the staff, and told him that he had ruined what should have been a special night out. Again, this all happened in full view of the entire kitchen staff and several members of the wait staff. I hadn't realized it at time, but this jerk was actually seated directly next to my friend on the banquet. His female dining companion was sitting next to me. I had been gone easily 20 minutes, and my friend was confused and annoyed. I figured at that point, I had nothing to lose, so I loudly explained what happened while gesturing to the awful man and making pointed eye contact with the woman. The man looked furious, and the woman just silently glared at him. After a few minutes, the waiter wordlessly dropped their check. They were mid-meal and hadn't been offered dessert. It was clearly a very pointed but polite "fuck you, get out" from the staff after his rant. They paid without incident, and as they got up to leave, he tried to put his hand on her shoulder, only to have her jerk away and say, "Don't touch me." TFW, you realize your partner is a complete jackass who got you thrown out of a restaurant for screaming about tampons. We got a cheese plate and glasses of sparkling rose as a gift from the restaurant. Cheers. If you've ever found yourself mistaken for staff when you're just trying to enjoy a night out, you're not alone. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, and if you have a story of your own, we'd love to hear it. Until next time, remember, always stand up for yourself.